This is my dev cost for different provinces, and keep in mind this is without the state edict for dev cost. The lowest you can get on this technology is 5. It's exactly what I have here in China. A tiny bit of overextension is gonna come from Jaunpur and negative diplo points. That's again nothing I cannot handle. It is gonna hurt a little bit on the rebels level, but we will be surely fine. Let me switch this to unrest guy again. I'll tell you one better. Coalition is forming against us after this peace deal. Hey guys, this is Zlewikk and welcome back to my Korea into Japan series, where I was going for 3 achievements. Chosen one that I already got, the Turtles one, which I already also got. And today, in the final episode, I will be going for the Starlight Crusaders, which requires me to get Land of the Christian Sun, so waiting for the Catholic incident, and then on Cairo and Palestine. So while I will be waiting for that incident, I will be simply showcasing you the Japanese mission tree, fixing borders here, fixing borders here, and fixing borders here. So first of all, I'll take some time to stabilize, to keep fixing my gov capacity, and saving money and power points to develop the next institution. That will be the 3rd institution I will be developing. Oh, the Japanese tea culture. Price of tea and incense increase, and let me just show you how many of tea provinces we own. Plenty. I'll develop the institution in Shinshu, since it has a paper province. I don't need to change the religion, it's fine, and it's a pretty good province to develop. Let me just go ahead and wait for the prosperity first. So since it will take time, and this only is 15% increase cost to 144, I'll go up to date with both admin and miltex. In the meantime, we have 200 balance, and I'm still thinking if I want to go for the economic hegemon or a military hegemon. This is what I'm talking about. Fixing the borders here. That gives me Edo Jidai, because I conquered this island here, which gives me the Edo period. That is for 15 years, 15% dev cost and global prosperity growth. Now I can use it, for example, to get that mission here. That requires me to have 6 production in every province in Japan. Easy peasy. Looks like this mission, like amount of money that I need to have saved depends on my income. It's 9,000 now. But my income is massive, so how about I destroy my income on purpose by just sending the trade in the wrong directions and not even collecting in Beijing. So if you give it a month tick, from 370 we're gonna drop to 320. Very little from trade. It's pretty much only from Nippon now. But also Siam and Burma, I can destroy this too as well. Yeah, now we are below 300 of income. So this is easy, I just need to reduce my inflation. And then in exchange I'm gonna get construction cost and construction time. And every province in Japanese region is gonna get some tax meta for 20 years. I definitely need to get this and this now. Actually pretty easy, especially if I start deving. But first, let me fix income. And actually, I'm gonna switch my main trade to Beijing now. Let's do that. And fix everything else. Yeah, now we are at almost 400. And with the construction cost of the V stacked, it's time to keep investing. Into card houses. Into a few state houses. And more importantly, into a lot of manufacturers in Japan and Korea. And then finally, into regimental camps on the province that I have more than 1 building slot. As told you, I might want to go for the military hegemon. This is my dev cost for different provinces, and keep in mind this is without the state edict for dev cost. The lowest you can get on this technology is 5. It's exactly what I have here in China. I'll probably have to take quality ideas next. You know why? Because here I also need to complete military idea group. And I want to roleplay with the mission tree. I don't need to keep getting only conquest idea groups. I'm ready for the institution deving. Look, with prosperity and dev cost I think it's 9. But I can also expand infrastructure, so down to the minimal cost of deving this province, even though it has 15 already. As we spend a lot of depot points. We can start combining this with mill points. after a moment when we are brain station. It's important that I develop it here, not only because of the dev cost, because of its paper, but more importantly because it is gonna spread to Suwo and Chiguzen immediately, which is very crucial. Remember, it will be hard to embrace the institution because of my total development. It has to spread here if I want to get the 10%. That's gonna happen fast. Let me just make sure that I have advancement efforts all around the place. Now that the institution is spreading, I'm also gonna start deving the provinces in Japan up to 6 developments in production. So that means that, yeah, it has to be developed much more than just production. But at least it's good news that they have a lot of depot points saved, so it's really easy peasy. And only these provinces are now missing. I mean, just look at this. Of course, one might say, oh, you might just go and embrace manufacturers, but manufacturers is not coming here for the next 90 years. I can take that mission much faster. One of the mission requires me to build forts in Korea, and I just need 3 of them. A bunch of manufacturers and regimental camps are being finished. So let's see, 384. I think we should reach 400 of force limit, and I think more than 420 of income. The trade might need to update. Yeah, 425. Since I have a mission to get to 3 stability, let me take an advisor. And 150 is not that much. That is gonna make this guys loyal. And if this guy's over 60, I can take balance the Shinokosho, which is national unrest, only state loyalty and no stability loss on the monarch's death, and 5 regent houses. It's pretty much the high crownland requirement. If we complete this mission with a powerful Bushi state, a regency spearheaded by them will function like a golden age, and we will gain the following reward. Okay. Alternatively, we will gain 20% crownland share, as well as, I think that's what I'm gonna get, the crownland share. No, we didn't. I thought they're not. I mean, this is just 50 of influence. Maybe that was an oopsie from my side, but it doesn't matter. This gives me production efficiency for 20 years, and developing our provincial admin will yield twice the crownland bonus for 20 years. Then, encourage the Fudasashi. Developing our admin will yield twice the base tax development, as well as 1 merchant guild loyalty bonus for 20 years. So technically we should be deving with our admin mana now. I'm not a big fan of it, but I might still do it for the lols. Update on income, 450. And look at this, perfectly balanced.
As all things should be.
With the forts in Korea done, Engine War is gonna give me army tradition, conquer China CP, but I conquered China already. And I'm gonna get access to Gyeongyong Palace Great Project. This advisor cost, monthly autonomy change, monarch admin skill. Could actually improve it later. Since I conquered China, mandate to rule them all is gonna give me co-creation cost for 20 years and province war score cost. So I'm gonna leave this actually for later once I go more heavily into India and Indonesia. You might be wondering, how do I get so much income, right? From especially production and trade. Well, keep in mind I have trade companies, so they give me 30% goods plus modifier and all non-trade company provinces in Hangzhou. Same for Canton, 40%. 40% Chengdu. I don't have anything in Xi'an, because I stated all stuff. 30% Beijing. Here is of course my home region, so nothing. 30% or 40%. So now all of this, here also 40. For a small cost of a little bit of autonomy in the states. Institution cost me 6,000 ducats, but it's pennies for us. And now I can take this ahead of time for 222 admin mana. And as promised, cool TIGA group is my next pick. Now the first one taken. Now I just need an army reformer advisor on level 3. And army reformer is not to be chosen yet. I think it was a morale advisor, right? Yep, army reformer. Take him to level 3. That's gonna give me until the end of the game reinforced speed, military tactics, and army tradition from battles. And now for this I need to complete that idea group. Honestly, I don't want to dev with tax, even though, you know, let me just show you how it works on the example of the state. And that attacks once, it gets to 4. That's just for like no cost. I really want to check after the session how many death clicks I'm gonna have thanks to this, because that's gonna count as 2. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh yeah, how about we spend a little bit of admin mana now on this kind of weird deving. Yeah, that's just so funny. But that's it, I don't want to spend anymore. Let's start preparing for the big wars to spend that admin mana on something. Since I have a lot of money and a lot of manufacturers done already, I'm gonna start investing into great projects. So for example, Bangkok is gonna give me gov capacity, but also a impact. And since a heavy conquest is starting, let me just use this mission now for the conqueration cost. This province war score cost. So coring provinces from Oirat, it's really cheap. That war is gonna be actually extremely big. That 160,000 troops I will have to fight, because that's, just take a look. Let me just declare it. The Jaunpur, Multan system of Afghanistan, Chagatai. Not an easy one. Jaunpur itself has 90,000 troops, but I think my army quality should be superior. I just want to definitely take Tech 14 before more ideas here. Well, yeah, with this I can take Hegemon of Asia, which is manpower and accept the culture provinces, and we're not emperor of China, and Japan gets divine aspirations, which is monarch power tribute from tributary states. It'll be fun if I only use tributary states. I could, but I screw it, guys. Next important step at the same time is declaring on Malacca for the Malacca itself, which is gonna call in Bengal into the war. I'm gonna use that to break the alliance with Bahmanis. They're actually trying to attack me in the mountains here, so it's me bridge walls. Counting is gonna go down 42%. Yeah, only I could roll 1 here, why I probably just had to roll 2 or 3. Well, let's see. Yeah, my army quality is far superior, but I'm not gonna win it on quantity. Let's just run away from it as early as possible. So it's not looking that bad, but look how many troops are reinforcing that battle. It is fine on the losses. See, now why they're still outnumbering me with a better general. I'm gonna win that battle easily. I'm still waiting for the monsters for the samurais. I could have waited with declaring to get that next mission here. It's fine. Bye bye, Bengal. Yeah, see, that's simplifying the war. So I'm gonna focus in my PSDs on Malacca, Jaunpur, and Chagatai. And Jaunpur is no longer scary. 0 manpower, which means also some 0 troops. Good news! Europeans are here, which means let me just send them, I don't know, because I want them to be aware of me. Can I just guarantee them? They still don't know that I exist, even though I guarantee you. I don't know if it's required for them to see me to get the Catholic incident, but we'll see soon. First one to peace out, Chagatai. All this province is taken. Let me just make sure to start coring it. Again, the cost is really minimal. A tiny bit of overextension is gonna come from Jaunpur and negative diplo points. That's again nothing I cannot handle. It is gonna hurt a little bit on the rebels level, but we will be surely fine. Let me switch this to unrest guy again. I'll tell you one better. Coalition is forming against us after this peace deal. That is so weird. You can also get rid of 4 nations out of the coalition by simply attacking Vijay. Let me do that and then also do Bahmanis. But provinces like here, when I have perma claims, the coring is even cheaper, just 200 points for all of these provinces. Rebels will not be loading because I just dealt probably around 1 million of rebels everywhere for the previous peace deals. That's why I'm at 70k dead of manpower. But it is fine. There can't be any more rebels because there's a recent uprising everywhere. You know what's funny? A nation that I didn't even know I see join my coalition, so the Ottomans. 54 AE. Yeah, I mean at this point I don't really care, guys, honestly. So probably what I'll do after that peace deal with Vijay, I would just take a break and I'll scale that coalition like easily. Let's get to that almost 1 million troops. Vijay coast? What coast you are talking about? Obviously gonna add probably like 2 states. This one and probably this one to trade companies to get another merchant. I didn't even scale it all, but Akuyunlu and Mamluks already left my coalition. Really? Woku pirates? Isn't that like the first incident that should be happening? Oh yeah, let me see what outcomes I can get out of it. And keep in mind, I would like probably to go for tier 4 of Isolationism, which will be dev cost. So I can get ship durability, trade efficiency, or provincial trade power. Actually, trade efficiency seems nice, but that's not gonna change my isolationist level. So I will have to go for the provincial trade power. For that, I need to get at least 8 isolationism in the next 3 events, and I can get up to 3, 6, 9. So I have to pretty much choose the open outcome every single one. Right? Open? No, I want the open outcome. Right? No, we want isolationism. Okay. So we have to choose this one, which takes some mana. We actually did manage to get to tier 7, even though we have high autonomy. And on tier 7, you know what? Let's take another advisor cost. Now I'm gonna definitely take a break with all of these peace deals done. You see we're nicely expanding. So is our AE. Now we see Europe at last as well. Might have a border with Russia soon. I'm really taking a break. Maybe even up to Absolute is just... honestly, I'm just I don't have a pleasure of playing wide in this campaign, even though it's extremely wide for this year. But I don't want to expand that much more for a while. Maybe until Absolutism, we'll see. Let me scale and fix the country now. Sometimes the best solution to get rid of the coalition is just to take a massive mil tech, like tech 15 that gives you +1 base morale. And that is causing nations to leave the coalition. Does it mean Ottomans will not be able to rejoin it? They will, but probably maybe not later. But yeah, that is really good news for us. But even though this is happening, I still want to put a pause on our expansion. We've finally unlocked soldiers' households. It's time to heavily invest into them. Of course, they don't give me that much because I don't have many national manpower modifiers, but it still is gonna be a decent boost. Here it is, another isolationist level. So if I take a look here, we are at the closed doors now, which gives it the dev cost. This is the last dev click. So I can now go ahead and click. Whoa, Tsushima! One more dev click. Okay, there it goes. Now, the bonus that we're gonna get depends on the isolationist level. Ideally it would be at level 2, which gives all powers cost. But since we are at level 4, I'm gonna get multi-added mana, useful for courting provinces, and -1 interest per annum. Now I need to just get to 1,000 monthly income for this last mission here. We are just not that far away. And that is gonna give us until the end of the game domestic trade part monarch D+ skill. Honestly, merchant and free policies sounds nicer, but yeah, it is what it is. And last quality idea is obviously more discipline, which is already still low. But it's also a policy for infantry convertibility and reinforced speed. And that second one is for free. Here I can change one of these two for more diplomatic reputation. And I should be able to train the samurai, which is gonna give me tier 5 new guarantee form, which gives me additional 10 fire damage for the samurais, but also samurai force limit. Yearly tradition, I'll just take it. Did it decrease? Yeah, it actually decreased my samurai force limit. Now for this, I need the proliferation firearms incident. This might take millions of years to happen. Now that I took over the trade in Malacca, I can go and take the Malacca Kaiku, which is, I don't even know what it's doing. So Singapore is gonna get some modifiers. Trade, I expected more. My previous rule was pretty bad, both on the stats, but more importantly modifiers. I'm really glad to abdicate and move to 644 Motohito Arisugawa. And the air, it's also pretty bad, but I mean, mil points don't matter for us that much, just to matter more. I will still try looking for someone better. My prestige is gonna increase pretty fast. We can finally see Europe and take a look at this Austria or Lübeck. Nothing else is weird. Ottomans are pretty small, it seems. And yeah, we can take a look at their value in English channel, 76. we have 117 in Beijing, and this is the eruption of the volcano in the New World. And now we're just waiting for the global trade to spawn, probably next Jan. There it is, 4 years late, and it's still 300 power points, prestige, a country from progress, and should be spreading in our country fairly fast thanks to the amount of the trade centers we have. That is the funniest part, because I expanded so much in Indonesia, and Spain has like 2 provinces here. I can join my coalition now, and actually the coalition started forming. Like, who the hell would join it? Guys, you have no chance. Like, what the hell? I guess I can just build more troops. As I'm conquering a lot, I have a bit of a problem for religious unity, which impacts our national unrest a tiny bit. So I'm actually gonna start improving the Kashgar monument just to level 2 to get it to 33%, so not be having issues with that anymore. Yeah, coalition is dissolving now, easy peasy. Spain will not be able to join it in 2 months anymore, and if that happens, I don't think anyone else will stay in that coalition. That's what I thought. I don't know why this coalition was formed in the first place. Since Absolutism is about to start, we need to get autonomy in our provinces so we can get Absolutism from decreasing it. Now the issue is in my core provinces, especially here in Japan, I've got -6 unrest. To get this, guys, I'm gonna change my advisor here from unrest to missionary strength, and I'm gonna get plenty of overextension from India. Japanese particularists see +30 autonomy in all of accepted culture provinces. I will lose a bit of crownland, but it is what it is. Don't want to cancel any more privileges here before I do that, because it's gonna increase the influence of merchant guilds. I think it's fine. Or is it? 52.8. Let's actually wait a month tick. I'm gonna start calling all of this in the meantime. I'll cancel one more privilege here. Obviously it's all temporary because this is finished by 2nd of January. Let's see. It should be totally fine for us. Okay, accepted the month. See, now the autonomy is very much visible, and it is dropping 0.3 a month, but the institution is coming in 14 months. Now I can start fixing in unrest, but it's mostly through just waiting for the province to get court. So if you wait and see how it's gonna look like on 2nd Jan, when this are court, yeah, not a problem anymore, and this is still being finished. That Austria actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reforms in HRE already. Here you are, guys. We start Age of Absolutism with 6,700 development and 64 maximum absolutism. So what? Let's get started with decreasing the autonomy. Most of these provinces really have a development, so I'm having high hopes for how much of absolutism we can get out of it. I'm looking for processes like this. 1 absolutism for 1 province, 0.1. This is really good. So we are already at 15. There we are, guys, 64. I didn't even decrease autonomy everywhere. That's pretty good, right? And day 1. So my annexation of these guys will finish right away. I will around the month to get. We'll still be having millions of rebels, but the annexation is about to be done. With these guys annexed, I can cancel Bush integration policy. So this is even 74. I can decrease more of autonomies. Now to start loading Colonial country, since we want to get it to 100, I need to be at war and need to have less than 3 stability. So how about we declare an OCB war on Marvar? Now I need to be very cautious, because if we get unrest to be lower than 1, it will stop loading, and currently at this speed it's gonna load in less than 3 years. So I actually have to speed up and conquer something, because otherwise this is gonna increase too fast. Here it goes, quarter country. Now this is gonna take 10 years. I'm gonna note down 1, 1, 16, 27. It's when it's gonna end. And you see, this took 20 of my maximum absolutism, and if we get up to 65 by the end of this disaster, I'm gonna get 20 max absolutism. So I'm gonna pretty much reach 100. But in the meantime, I need to increase it by 10, which I'll probably do by cancelling more privileges. But for now, I just click whatever. Just a reminder, Colonial country also gives you national tax modifier -20% and -20% goods progress modifier. But now my focus will be on investing into great projects, especially ones that give you max absolutism. So for example, Imperial City of Kyoto gives you 10 at maximum level. Also all these states, loyalty, equilibrium, and stats of your ruler. All of them updated by 1. So I could wait for this guy to get him to much better stats. Yeah, I will actually do that. So instead, I'll go ahead and also be Oman. So I can't get any casus belli on him. And I'll just land there immediately. And I'm doing that because they have a monument here that gives you 10 max absolutes. So I'm investing into this first, and then into Imperial City of Kyoto once my ruler changes.
5 minutes later.
And as soon as he said that, my ruler died. It's a Regency Council, so I can't declare new wars, can I? Yeah. I mean, yeah. I didn't plan to conquer anything now, but it's good that they at least managed to declare that war. They just made Piraj went down because you see Hase is already here. In the meantime, the first bonus I'll take in Age of Absolutism is admin efficiency. There goes new incident, not yet the Catholic one, I could probably bear it. But I'll go for the European traders, which is a non-ban incident, isn't it? Yes, it's a non-ban trade. Let me see the outcomes. Okay, so if I get at least 2 and below 6 in total, I'll get 15% trade efficiency, but also it's gonna impact what I'm gonna get here. And it's actually good because balanced outcome, I mean, I can get even open, that's tech cost and innovativeness. It's good, but I feel like the Isolationism one is also pretty cool because it's national manufacturing slot in the whole Japan region. But honestly, I will go for the balanced one probably, because every trade building it's gonna give you 1 production development. And it's all, everywhere, not only in Japan. We'll go for balance. I need to get at least between 2 and up to 6 in the 3 events it's gonna have. And so what we will do now is to get trade depots, not marketplace, trade depots everywhere. So it's gonna get updated to level 3. I'll probably remove a lot of them later, but for now I want to get +1 diplo dep in all of these provinces. So to achieve that, I'm gonna take 50k of that. It's gonna be absolutely fine. So honestly, it's gonna be better to actually build marketplaces. Oh, I have an idea. So where I have marketplaces already, I'm gonna upgrade them to trade depots. Yeah, and then build marketplaces everywhere else. These are actually so cheap, I'll probably not even need that 50k ducats. Yep. That's gonna be a nice amount of development. Let's just start repaying the loans already. I'm also getting more and more into toll gameplay. So now I'm building universities and provinces with relatively low def that are not in the trade companies and will be cheap to develop. So for example, this province 15 development, just 14 per dev click. Here if I build a university it's gonna be also probably like 5 per dev click. But for now I can just develop my mainland up to 10 to unlock a building slot. And see it's just 18 per dev click, even though it's freaking hills. Marketplaces are done. This is the map mode of them. We are so ready. You're so ready for this. So not even coring Nisva yet. First I'm gonna improve it. So let's start this. That is already 5 max absolutism. And if I take a bit of money, let me start improving that to level 3 already. So now our max absolutism is up to 62. And I just need to fix legitimacy. Actually, let's start doing that already. Before the courting country finishes in 5.5 years. Since we've got tech 18, we can invest into our 5th idea group. Honestly, I don't care at all at this point. I just want to clear the borders here and that's it with my expansion. Then we're just gonna scale and play tall. So having that in mind, I'm thinking between infrastructure for state governing costs because I want to state most of our lands. It's also expand infrastructure cost, of course, dev cost. And I'm also thinking between trade, mostly for the Polishes because that's gonna be 10. That's gonna be 20, that's gonna be 35% trade efficiency, so that's a nice boost to income. Honestly guys, I will go for infrastructure, just to scale playing tall. Another thing I wanted to show is power of trade steering. Obviously if you watched my 1 million income series, you know that the longer trade route, the more bonus you get. from actual trade because the trade value keeps increasing with every trade through which your merchant is going. Let me try doing here on the smaller scale. I don't expect millions of income from it, obviously, because we have too small of a trade route, but it should be at least a few decades of an increase. So my main note is right now Beijing. We need to increase the routes as much as possible. So instead of transferring from Jirin to Beijing, I'm gonna transfer to Nippon. From Nippon it goes to Hangzhou. From Hangzhou, instead of going to Beijing, it's gonna go through Xi'an. And from Chengdu, instead of going through Xi'an, it is gonna go through Canton. From Canton, it goes to Hangzhou. Here from Siam, it has to go to Canton. From Burma, it has to go to Siam. And this is also nothing I can change for now. I will be moving my note to India a bit later once I fix the borders. Now let's see what kind of an impact on income it can have. 145.6, 155, 452 ducats of income. So it was a decent increase just for very minor changes in our trade route on a very micro scale locally. Second event in this incident. So remember, I need to end with 2 in the outcome. I'll have to go for the middle one, which is just keeping us on the same level. There goes the new rural. Let me immediately go and improve Kyoto. So in the first level, it's not gonna do anything. Let me just spend manpower to speed it up. On second level, it's gonna create a center of trade here. But it also doesn't matter for us. Speed up of manpower. But what matters for us is level 3, which is gonna give us +1 of each stats for ruler and the maximum absolutes that we just discussed. There it goes. So now the rule is 464. He's not that bad. And our max absolute is at 77. And in January, the courting country is finishing. There we go, the state is triumphant. That's +20 max absolutes, but also I don't have the -20 absolutes I was receiving before. So now our max absolutes is at 117, which means I can retake the privilege here for the gov capacity. For now this one, because I want to keep it above 70%, but I will be just simply stating more provinces at last. Next great project that I'll be investing on is Imperial City of Hue, which is gonna give me -10 minimum autonomy in our territories, but also state maintenance. Since we've hit one... Last month was 1000 income, but you see, I can click the economic hegemon. And actually, I was thinking before about taking the military one for provincial score cost, but I don't really plan to expand anymore. This is minimum autonomy in territories. This is goods progress modifier. This is dev cost, and this is gov capacity. Everywhere to just make this Japan ultra tall while playing white. Yes, you can do that. You can combine that. I've seen comments in the past. Oh, you can't play tall when you play white. Obviously, you can. All of the MP games are about that. Take the hegemon, and that's also a mission here. Economic miracle, which is gonna give me domestic trade part monarch diplo skill. Obviously not the best one, as I told you before, but it's still pretty nice. That state guarantee cost is really powerful. Just look, instead of using 1336, I'm gonna use right now 1147 of my gov capacity. And thanks to hegemon, I'm finally over 50 of population. I couldn't have 50 because there are just not enough strong countries in the wars to balance me out. This is what I'm talking about. Living for 4 points, which is minimal at this technology. See, it only increased at 13 development. If I wanted to expand infrastructure, it would be still at 4, but yeah, we don't have gov capacity for that. There we go, trade in the west. Since I got the balanced outcome, we're gonna just get trade efficiency, which is for 50 years. And that's also mission number trade. That should give me the development we're discussing. So we've got 7,100, exactly. And once I click this, and we passed a month, like you see, we have 485 more development. Who needs deving when you just can click this mission? Okay, now the expanded Kukaido is also gonna give me from progress and tiered 8 guarantee form, which is gonna give me goods progress modifier, and dev cost in the Japanese region is taken automatically. Yes, it is. And that's also a new mission here, Port of the Gemma, that requires me to develop this province a bit. 5 buildings and a marketplace. I think it doesn't have a marketplace. Let's build it. It's gonna create a new trade center here. It's gonna get silk and local goods produced. So it's nothing crazy. And deving is not that deep. Let me just expand infrastructure here. And let's dev it right away. It's not like it's a big cost for us. Now we just need to build that marketplace. And now we have to wait at least 30 years for the next incident. Next one has to be Catholics. There it goes. It's a small update, but it's always something. Let me finish infrastructure ideas, which is another dev cost. So if you take a look at my development cost here, this is pretty cheap. If I get universities and state edicts here, it's gonna be just down to 4. And that's why I'm gonna start building universities all around the place in the stated provinces. Let's go in depth because we're hitting the points cap. Obviously I shouldn't have the wrong culture because it's giving me minus 33% maximum power or local manpower, but it's all about the quantity of dev clicks, guys. And unlocking new building slots. You see, it has it 4 up until 15 development, so I could keep it always at 4 with expanding infrastructure. So now I spent what, like 400 power points, and my development is already 7.9 thousand. It's just the beauty of stacking the dev cost modifiers. See, through various buildings I got my gov capacity to 1000 out of almost 7000. But I'll show you one thing before I start stating. Just so you were update on the development, it went almost 3000. That's how much we are deving. Since I have universities pretty much everywhere, especially in the States, and I have a lot of power points, a very cheap deving, I'm gonna just get the encouraged development state edicts everywhere and start deving through the macro builder because I don't have time to micromanage it to just save 10 power points. And now I'm simply deving everywhere 220, even with admin points. It's mostly to unlock the building slots and just for the development number to go up. See how cheap it is to develop. I should ideally have deploy points on like good trade goods and with admin mana with bad trade goods. But I'm in general just also balancing the spending on each mana, so I don't hit the points cap of any of this. But yeah, see how cheap it is. How many points I got to 20 and still how many more power points I have. We are at 8.6 thousand development. Tier 9 guarantee form is another max absolutism. We're at 120 max absolutism now, which means I can take another gov capacity here. One thing that I mentioned earlier that I wanted to wait for is the full economic hegemon, because now it gives me also gov capacity and minus 20% minimum autonomy in territories. So with gov capacity I'm right now 2.5 thousand max and I'm only using 1000 of it. And the minimum autonomy in territories, I wanted to mention because of that, because I'm at 55% in non-stated provinces. You see on the bottom left from which sources I have that this modifiers, which means if I half state a province and wait a month tick, you'll see that the autonomy will drop to 15%. Now I can just simply do that everywhere without even fully stating the provinces. And that's gonna be worth for us because fully stating a province costs more gov capacity and of course admin mana to core. Admin mana would fine to core state everything, but more importantly the gov capacity. So let me start right now going ahead and stating everything that is not in the trade company. I'm done. Just take a look, I'm still having 900 of free gov capacity. I half stated everything that is not in a trade company. So now my average autonomy is down to 18% and we've got 700 maximum power, 1000 of force limits and 1.9 thousand of income. Since I have a lot of admin mana and I have a lot of free gov capacity, I'm gonna start fully stating a lot of provinces, which I honestly don't have to do because even though it's 15, I can still get it even lower by simply taking expansion ideas next, which I'm already sure I will do. Since I'm hitting my points cap, let me show you how tall this country is. You see I have 87, 78 of development. Let me dev with diplomat mill points a bit. Just a reminder, these are my dev costs. In this way, with just 300 power points, I got myself to 9,000 development. Manufactories. They really did not happen in our country. Like, let me remind you the requirements. So for manufactories, I can't show you it anymore. You need to have a manufactory and I believe 20 development. And keep in mind, this is our dev map mode. And this color is 20. See how many provinces we have with over 20? These are my final borders. Except when I will get the whole incident trying Catholic and I go for the Holy Lands. But until then, this is all I need. And my next step, after I core these few provinces, will be to move my main node to India and start transferring all of the trade there to start actually leveraging the trade steering even more. After changing my main node to Gujarat, I see it's over 700 value here. I'm losing a lot of value out of it. It's 100 value that other nations are stealing from me because it's pretty bad node as an end node. Because, you know, so many nations can steal, and it goes in so many directions. But I still did increase my trade income by 400 ducats with it. We just need to play more to increase my trade power share in Gujarat. Probably the best solution to fix it would be to conquer Hormuz, Gulf of Aden, and Zanzibar nodes. But trust me, guys, I don't care. I don't have time for this. I'm just waiting for the incident now and want to finish this campaign because it's just beautiful. Just look at this. With all of the states, we are at only 700 gov capacity used out of 2,500. That's the power of buildings, in this case, town halls, and I don't even need to build it anywhere else because it wouldn't change much. There it is, spread of Christianity incident. I need an open value here, which means I need to be choosing open outcomes. Well, trade efficiency is definitely a good modifier. Because that means our income will be, trade income will be not 4,200, but instead almost 4,000 already. We also got over 10,000 development already just through deving. There it goes, a Kirishitan realm. This is gonna reduce the Isolationism by 1, which is bad news. I'm gonna lose the dev cost. So before I click it, I'm gonna dev. And it gives me advisor because I don't really need it anymore. I have max. More importantly, now I have 10 years time to happen for an event that will switch my religion to Catholic. So first of all, let's go in depth with all of our... most of our power points. This also gives me the new Buddha mission, which is Korea power cost. And it's gonna change our name to Kirishitan Japan. I'm still Shinto though, so yeah, now we are waiting for the event to change our religion to Catholic. Oh, actually no, I have the Christian question decision. I don't have to wait for that event because I was reading wiki about that. If I click this, that's the event. Catholic because the new state religion of the Kirishitan Japan. Please. Now religion's a total mess, but I still have the very good tolerances, so we don't care. And more importantly, I can go for spread of the Christian faith, which gives me land of the Christian sun, tier 1 guarantee for. That is manpower recovery, speed, empire rank, which I already was, yearly army tradition, samurai force limit. So I had 600,000 of them already, now I can get up to 900,000. Then we have these 3 buttons. So each of them will give me something on the click. This is a new cardinal and papa influence, really good. And this one is giving me each province with at least 50 regiments will get 2 death clicks. This is really nice. And this one is gonna triple my empower increase in the religious wars. So tell you what, I'll be waiting now to get this bonus. And once I get it, I'm gonna declare war on the Ottomans and just wipe their armies out of the map. Anyway, I can finally take the proliferation of the firearms, which is giving me artillery fire +1 and land fire damage. I actually don't want to click it yet, because it's just for 30 years. I want to wait for the war of the Ottomans. Let's prepare for this. It's gonna give me army building, grand army professionalism. Well, I'm almost at full, so it doesn't matter, and I have all the army buildings. While this I need to improve Musashi. This is gonna give me max. You know what? Let's just click it already. I think this is army tradition from battles and general cost that this monument is giving. And obviously I have, yeah, casus belli on all infidels, including the Ottomans. This is also where taxes cost, so just pick it. And there it is. Absolutism. That's tier 10 guarantee form. What was my tier 10 before that? I think I was taking the one for autonomy in territories. I mean, max effect of absolutism is pretty fun. I just need to get 5 more of absolutism. Let's do this. Let's do this. Now we need to get it to 120. It's increasing by itself 3.5 yearly. But I believe it should also give me more discipline than I would normally have. There it is. Let me just see if I have any army buildings to build. Well, I think, yeah, no, that will not be enough, because the increase is pretty small. But it should be at least a percentage or 2. Does fort count as an army building? Guess I can build a bunch of forts. Actually, for the War of the Ottomans, they might be useful. Look, my cannons have 4.4 fire now. Normally you have 3.4, which is already a lot. This is 4.4. Imagine the damage we'll be dealing to the Ottomans. Small update. Castles do not count for that army professionalism. Okay, I think now I'm prepared. I just need to combine the stacks. I'll be doing very simple stacks. 40k infantry front row, 36,000 cannons back row. Full combat width of artillery and a bit more than full combat width of infantry, just for the ease of creating the stacks, but also after the battle they will be reinforcing, and we need to have, in such a case, a bit more with infantry, but it doesn't matter. I'll be only doing cannon stacks. I'll not play around with, reinforcing with infantry only. What is gonna make this war funny is that the Ottomans have 500,000 troops, but also they are allied to 2 big Europeans. Tuscany with 128,000 troops and France with 239,000 troops. That's gonna be an insane war. I'm gonna go for Holy War casus. If I make it for Holy War, France will not join. I mean, I want superiority for winning battles. Let's do that. Let's make this guy's co-belligerent, so I can take Cairo in the peace deal. Neither farce nor transaction would give me access, and I don't want to get access from Russia because I would probably get carpet siege here, which I don't want to, so we just go through here through southern Persia. Just a reminder, all my infantry is samurais, which have more discipline, land fire damage, and also morale damage received. Let's see, it's potentially the first battle I can do on them, because I saw they're stuck in Basra. I don't know if I will have to reinforce it, if anyone. Let's take a look. Stop running away from your destiny. Yeah, they're really afraid of us, guys. It's hard to get any battle. That's why I'm sieging so many forts at once. Oh, yeah. They attacked me when I'm attacking on the mountains. So morale and discipline is similar. But keep in mind, I still have more military tactics, because I have it from the mission tree. And I will summarize on all the other bonuses. So now, to make sure that these guys, and these guys, and these guys will make it there on time. I don't have any reserves, so I have to start already reinforcing that. Even though it might mean a bit of overstacking. But it should be just on time or a bit late. It'll be actually a bit late, you see. The cannons are getting in the front row, which means you're late with reinforcement. I'm very late with reinforcement, but I'll be still on time. I mean, on time to win this battle, but not on time to lose so many cannons through bad reinforcements. Should be still fine. I'm sure we'll have more losses because we are attackers on the mountains. Now I just have to make sure that I bring enough troops. I'm not sure these guys will be on time after all. Yeah, my reinforcements will be here by 24th of October, which is certainly too late. But I might bait them into attacking me here. Skip this battle for a while. Now run. Told you, the losses are pretty bad for us. But it's not tragic. Let's prepare for another battle, because we can take another battle. Ottomans build up to 420,000, but they don't have manpower. See, I barely lost any myself, and I didn't even start burning professionalism. Even though we've lost that one battle, you see, I'm steadily just pushing through their forts, and they're not even trying except this one time. They started a wild push through southern Arabia, which is actually good for us because they're not sieging this down, which means I can close them. If I win battle, they can rest in peace. Just need to bring enough troops this time before I start the battle. I'm very sorry, Mr. Ottoman, but once you lose these 2 battles, there's nowhere for you to run away to. Unless I'm losing here. I'm losing this one. I'm losing this one. Shit, I thought that's... yeah, not enough damage, guys. We won here. Where are you running? I took the only 4 that you had to... with the possibility to run away to. Well, let's prepare for the battle here again, anyway. See, on the losers they still lost more. So I don't understand, but these guys run away to Man. Just pass the fort, I siege them in the meantime. Let me try catching them. But yeah, we are starting the wipes at last, because they're splitting their stacks so much. 4th October, I can get there before them, without even using a force smash. This is really good. Another wipe. This should be easily under wipe since they are attacking me on the mountains. And another wipe. In the meantime, all the forts are going into our hands, and Ottomans can do absolutely nothing with it because they are down to less than 200,000 troops. Funniest part is that I can separate piece his Koreelets, so that I can take Kaira. But I could also do some funny peace deal. Definitely taking over Hormuz, but I might also want to color here. Am I taking the whole Arabia in this peace deal? Goddamn I am. Goddamn I am. So I'll not only get to Jerusalem, I also get there with good borders. See guys, I fully occupied the Ottomans. I'm simply waiting for the provinces from Arabia to be cored, but still, the devastation is very nice across all the Ottomans, and I'm gonna keep increasing that. There it is, the peace deal with the Ottomans. Let me make sure that I'm taking the right provinces. It appears that besides taking these provinces, I also need to convert them to Catholic, but it should be fine. Stack nice amount of the modifiers for conversion. Let me take this. Also money. Very nice. The name placement is actually better. See, Cairo is gonna take 22 months. I think that's the end of the Ottomans. They just got attacked by Austro-Hungary and Russia separately. I just realized that this monument is no longer working for us, being Ottoman territories, because I'm no longer Shinto. There we go, guys. Stardust Crusaders is now in our hands. Let's just overview the country, because I think it's a state of art. 6,000 income. 2.1 thousand force limit, 1.5 maximum power. Pretty much the whole mission tree done except some colonization stuff that doesn't matter. And if you guys did enjoy this video and you appreciate that I've played till 1700 to get this incident, please let me know by liking this video and of course subscribing to the channel to get notified about the next series. Bye! One last thing guys, let me know in the comments, how many death clicks do you think I've got? Pause the video now before I answer you. The answer is 3,500 death clicks with an average cost of 10. That's what I call a tall Japan gameplay.